With 3 laps to go, I have to talk about my favorite performance from this past month, and that has to come from the Virginia Showcase. We saw 4 high school girls go under the time of 2:10. The biggest performance had to be the junior from Maryland, Juliette Whittaker, who ran 2:02.07 to win the race and run the 3rd all-time for high school girls, right behind Mary Kane and Sammy Watson. Also, she qualified for the Olympic trials as a junior. Plus, the next day, she led the group of that same field to a 4x8 to the U20 world record as well. But I think the best part of this whole entire thing, and why it's my favorite performance, is that Juliette Whittaker is joining us on the show right now for the Running Report show to talk about her incredible performance at the showcase. So first off, just like, Juliette, how you doing? How you feeling? Like, you 202 Olympic trials qualifier, junior in high school, like, you have to feel some type of way after all that this past month.
Yeah, I'm just happy. It still hasn't all processed quite yet, but I'm just so overjoyed that it's happened so soon.
Was that the plan, like, going into this year? Or, like, even, I know you haven't raced in, like, a really long time, but what's the plan to go out there and, like, PR your first race of, like, I don't know when's the last time you raced, but you PR for, like, a whole second and go out there and qualify for the Olympic trials? Was that written up with your coach or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, like, I really wanted a PR, so I was really hoping to go, like, 202 something. But in the back of my head, I just kind of kept remembering, like, this is only the first meet of the season. Like, yeah. I'll have plenty of other chances, so I wasn't trying to put too much pressure on it.
And then getting the opportunity to, like, now race at the Olympic trials coming this summer, has that sunk in a little bit yet? And how much does that really just mean to you, be able to run with those elite women down the road this year?
Yeah, it has not sunk in at all yet. Like, I'm still processing it all, but it's just going to be such a cool experience, and I'm so excited just to race against these, like, talented females, and I'm just so excited.
Is there anyone specifically, like, any of the pros that you're most excited to race against or just be able, like, to meet for the first time in your event?
Yeah, definitely AJ Wilson or Raven Rogers.
And that would be at the top of my list too, to be honest. I want to meet them and race against them as well. That would be very. I'm looking forward for you to be out there in Eugene this summer. It's really going to be entertaining to watch all of that and see how you run. But even more entertaining is, like, hoping you get more opportunities like that, the Virginia Showcase, to run against these, like, amazing girls in your class right now. Like, even the girls outside of your class, the girl who got second in this race, Sophia, is only a sophomore and ran 2:03. Could you kind of just describe, like, how competitive the girls 800 has been at the high school level for, like, the past, like, 2-3 years, even with the thing Mo, who's really just killing it too, as well as Texas A&M, but was just in high school last year?
Yeah, no, the field is so insane. I feel like I'm pretty sure Sophia, a thing, Roisin and I are all in, like, the top, like, I don't know, 6 or something of all time.
Wow.
Which is, like, so insane. But yeah, the competition is just so good, and I feel like it's really young. Like, since me and Roisin are only juniors, Sophia's only a sophomore, like, the competition is very good.
And when you guys are just running that fast and aiming for, like, 202 and 201 at such a young age, like, what do you feel like the mindset is really like on the line? Like, are you guys just super competitive, gunning at each other's necks, or, like, how do you guys just prepare yourself to run so fast at seemingly a young age, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like since we all are aiming for such, like high times and just really good performances, we kind of just use each other for good competition. And, like, at Virginia Showcase, we were just so excited to race each other because we knew, like, each of us would push each other, like, further. So it's not really as much, like, competitive as in, like, we want to beat this person. It's just, like, more we want to help each other really get to a really good time.
Yeah, that's really great to hear, just to see that the team, like, because you guys are basically a team now. You guys have a world record, like, together, the 4 of you. Just how is that, like, dang, you've done a lot this past month. Like, when you think about it, you've done a lot this past month. Getting that world record I can't imagine, like, if the Olympic trials hasn't sunk in, I don't think the world record holder has sunk in either.
Yeah, not at all. But it was just such a cool experience getting to race against them Saturday night and then come back and just be on a whole team and unite and just do something so great.
And I think one thing for like our viewers out there, like Juliette, she ain't really a one-hit wonder either. Like last year she did run 203, and the year before that as a sophomore you ran 204, and as well like you were at Foot Locker Nationals as well. Like when we got the interview there, I would like to say the running report, we low-key, I feel like we discovered you, to be honest. Like you definitely did your thing, but we kind of like discovered you. But hey, you big time now. Just like, when did this whole running thing start for you? Did you start in club? Have you just been running since freshman year? When did this desire to start running happen for you?
Yeah, so pretty much competitively, I started freshman year, so about like 3 years ago. Beforehand, I swam for about like 7 years, I think it was. So I did like all year round swimming. And in middle school, I did do cross country, but it was just like very low key, and I was usually training for swim, so I'd like swim practice or like go to swim practice and then race at a cross country meet. So I pretty much didn't really get started until freshman year, and it was mainly because just like 2 of my older siblings run, my parents both ran, so it was kind of just in my family.
Dang, it just happens like that, especially when it's in your family. I bet there's a little peer pressure going there too, but I think it was definitely the right decision down the road. As world record holder, be at the Olympic trials soon enough, it's going to be really exciting. And like how I mentioned, you being going to Foot Locker, and also I believe you run really fast in the miles as well, somewhere in the 440s. I was also wondering, do you feel like the 800 is just your race now, or do you like more the 15 or the mile, or even the 2 mile, or maybe even cross country? What's your favorite for you?
Yeah, right now my favorite is the 800, but I feel like the more I race the mile, the more I like it. And so I feel like as I get older, I'm going to start leaning more towards the mile. But yeah, as of now, it's the 800.
And I couldn't imagine. I love the 800 too, but definitely if I was running like your time equivalents in high school, dang, I would love the 800 too. Like, no question. And I have one more question for you. Before you get out of here, I know you're going to be racing these elite women down the road, but has there been any of these professional athletes that you've seen like over your past lifetime that you've been watching track that you've really like modeled how you run now, or just want to bring that same mentality or stuff to the sport as well?
Yeah, I have a lot that I look up to right now, but 2 main ones are Emma Coburn and Allison Felix, and I feel like I definitely would love to have their career, just how long they've been in the sport and like the longevity that they've had is insane. But in my event group, I really look up to like Sammy Watson, Raven Rogers, Ajay Wilson, all of them. They're just amazing.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. Especially, I feel like everybody's inspired by Allison Felix and definitely Emma Coburn being on that top and that elite level. But yeah, the women in your own event are very talented as well. And I'm gonna give you a piece of my advice as well, but it probably doesn't mean anything. But keep on doing your thing. Like honestly, I really feel like you're on the right track, and I think you have a lot to learn from the people ahead of you who have also gone through this path. There's a lot of girls at your age that ran this fast and went on to do great things. So honestly, keep doing you, boo, and you'll be on the right track. I really do believe that. And thanks for coming on the show, Juliette. I hope you get to come on again once you hit that 201 mark. We'll be waiting for that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I hope to come back on.